It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you wherever you might be. Mostly sunny. I think it's fair to say sunny for most people, especially here in the Great Lakes Bay region. Jonathan Dent filling in for Terry Henne today. Terry is on his way out to the National Association of Farm Broadcasters convention out in Kansas City, and we will be hearing from him again tomorrow, and I'm sure he'll have some great reports, some great information for us coming out throughout the rest of the week. It's always an interesting time when he heads out there. I had the opportunity to go out there last year, and it was very informational. There's a lot of good stuff out there, a lot of good people to talk to. So we look forward to hearing from him and hearing about his exploits out there throughout the rest of the week. But in the meantime, we'll hold you over with some good news about the weather coming up. Today, we're looking at a pretty nice day. Tomorrow, for those of you looking to get out for the start of firearm deer season, tomorrow temperatures continue to trend well above average. It'll be a very nice day. It'll look a lot like yesterday. In fact, we got up to 58 for a high yesterday afternoon, 37 for a low. We had some gusty winds out of the west, and you'll notice those have died down here today. They may make a return for tomorrow. But right now, out at the airport, we're looking at sunny skies and 45 degrees. Downtown Midland is looking at 46 and sunny. Downtown Bay City is at 45 and sunny. Here at Radio Center, we're up there at 46 as well. Winds out of the south at 7 miles per hour right now, and your barometric pressure is at 30.43 and holding steady. For the rest of the day today, we'll look to get up to around 54 for a high. That's still pretty well above average as that south breeze continues to blow through, maybe trends a little bit more southwest as we move on through the day. And in fact, it should hang more around that south direction for most of today. Low of 38 for tonight. As we make our way into the evening, some more clouds move in, and those clouds and southerly winds will help us to start out tomorrow pretty well, but a stiff southwest winds will make it feel a little bit chilly if you're getting out to the blind early. Once that sun comes out, we should warm up nicely tomorrow. I wouldn't be all that surprised to see a 60-degree day for some areas here in the Great Lakes Bay region and a little ways south of us as well. If you're traveling up north, it'll be a little bit cooler, but still a pretty nice day in store as we get mostly sunny skies and some warmer temperatures. Those clear skies will see our temperature drop to around 34 tomorrow night, with the winds dying down just a little bit, shifting more to the south. It'll be wavering between that southwest and southerly direction, but it will be picking up, gusting up to 30 miles per hour as we move on into Thursday afternoon. Clouds moving in throughout the day, and we'll climb to that 60-degree range once again for your Thursday, 62 for a high, so a nice couple of days there to start out deer season. After that, though, we will cool off, and cool off might be a polite way of saying it. A windy night Thursday night, then we drop down into the lower 40s overnight. A good chance for some showers moving through. That keeps up into Friday with breezy conditions, mostly cloudy skies, intermittent showers, and a high of around 52 in the morning on Friday. Then it'll dip into the low 40s into the afternoon, and it'll drop all the way to around 30 overnight as those clouds will clear off in the overnight hours, and it should take that chance of rain out with them. Saturday, we'll see mostly sunny skies before those clouds return in the afternoon, only getting to the upper 40s for a high. It's the same story on Sunday, but we do see the return for some scattered showers to start off the week on Monday. So all in all, a pretty nice couple of days until we hit Thursday evening and then into Friday. It'll get chilly and wet for we'll say a 36-hour period or so before it normalizes out a bit. Still a bit above what we expect to see for this time of year. Average for this time of year is 47 for a high, 32 for a low. So we should be trending a little bit above that, a nice reprieve from what we saw was it 2 weeks ago? And we were riding both sides of that line here this month. Our long range outlooks takes us through November 27th. We're looking at near normal temperatures, slightly above average precipitation. When we're talking about those temperatures, our record high on this date is already, let's see, what's today? It's already the 14th of November. Record high of 65 set on November 14th, 1953, and then it was matched in 2009. Our record low, thankfully, we won't be getting anywhere near 11. That was set in 1933. We'll have more on the weather as we move through the broadcast. Coming up, we'll be talking with Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons. Then we'll head over to Doug Klein at Oppenheimer. All of that's ahead, but first, the weather report today brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Kryjak's House Family Restaurant. If you've got to supply the food for an event coming up, and there's a lot of them I know, and you've got to supply the food, here's the number, 989-894-5531. You give them a call, tell them what you want, they'll prepare it, have it ready for you, take it back to your event, and you will be a hero at your event. Kryjak's House, also a great place to dine in, corner of Cass in Michigan, on Bay City's south side.
Let's take a look at what the markets are doing now. We say good morning to Abby Terwilliger from the Andersons. Abby, how are we doing today?
Oh, not too bad. Sun's out shining. See trucks rolling in across the scale. So not too bad of a day out in farmland.
And it's dry. That's the key.
Yes, for a few more days at least.
Absolutely. So what do we got going on the markets right now?
Markets right now, corn is up 0.75 cents at 4.08. Beans are actually down almost 4 points at 12.98. If you still have red wheat hanging on, it's 4.78, and white wheat is at 5.43.
So not huge moves that I'm hearing, but what's driving those moves?
So corn's just creeping up a little bit. I think it's just some harvest pressure and the dry weather in Brazil, along with soybeans. Yesterday we had, I believe it was 35 cents up, and that's driving from soybean meal, and then also the dry weather in Brazil. But I know they do have some rain in the forecast coming up, so we'll see how that makes the market react.
Absolutely. Any other reports or anything that we're looking forward to? I think I saw a report come out late last week.
Yeah, the WASDE report came out last week. They did increase the bushels on corn, which everyone that I've talked to has said corn yields have been up. Soybeans have been a little below average, but corn so far has been up. Just it's wet. Hopefully this week, sun's shining all week and a little bit of breeze. Hopefully we can see a couple points drop in moisture.
Absolutely. Abby, thank you very much. You have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Abby Terwilliger with the Andersons. Time to head over to Doug Klein at Oppenheimer now for a little bit more information. Doug, how are we? Well, I guess it's Tuesday, so I won't say how are we starting out this week, but how are we going so far this week?
Well, it's pretty hot right now. The CPI came in, Consumer Price Index came in, and inflation's sort of flat, which they didn't expect. They expected to show inflation, and it really didn't. The core CPI came in about a 2-year low for that. And so the dollar gets smashed because, the likelihood of an interest rate hike has just went through the floor. So the dollar's down 130 ticks, so that's a lot. Interest rates are at about 4.5 on the 10-year, and if you remember, a couple of weeks ago, at the most, we were looking at 5% on the 10-year. So that's a decrease in interest rates of 10%. The cost of financing a project just went down by 10%. So, kind of factor that into the whole thing, and got the stock market ratcheting up big time, over 500 points on the Dow. And 2% on the S&P, 2%, a little over 2% on the Nasdaq, and the S&P equal weight, which is 500 stocks all equally weighted, not giving excess weighting to the Magnificent Seven: the Amazons, the eBay, the Apple, the Facebook, Netflix, Nvidia, those guys. That's up 3%. So that's kind of interesting that there's some short covering going on in that arena. So, like I said, it's kind of exciting. The other news I saw today was Stellantis is going to give buyouts to some of their executives, as in about 50% of them are going to get the golden handshake, which
Wow.
kind of, yeah, I know, right? Kind of sort of reminds me of right before General Motors went bankrupt when they gave all those buyouts, but yeah, we shouldn't go there. Hopefully not a thing. But anyway, so here's your numbers. December corn 477.5, up a quarter of a penny. The March corn 493, also up a quarter of a penny. January soybeans 1380 and 3/4, down 1 3/4. The March soybeans 1393.5, down 1 1/2. December wheat 577 and 3/4, down 1 1/4, and March wheat is 602 and 1/4, unchanged. So crude oil continues to creep up just a bit. I imagine that's on a weak dollar. So crude's at 79.17, up 91 cents. Heating oil is 286.85, up 3 cents. Gasoline 226.08, up 2.5 cents. Natural gas is the only loser today, 335.8. That is down 4 1/4 cents. Probably something to do with your forecast of warmer weather for a little bit longer here. So we'll see how long that lasts. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. U.S. dollar buys $1.3721 at the border. That's down 78 ticks. The dollar buys 150.82 yen. That's down 89 ticks. The euro's at 108.57, up 160 ticks. And the dollar's at 104.31. That's down 132 ticks. So you can see the huge moves in currencies, and that's huge when you're talking trillions of dollars in motion at any one given time. So big money made and lost in that stuff. Gold is at $1968.80, up $18.60. Silver's $23.21, up 85 1/4 cents. And platinum's at $889.50. It's up $30.40.
All right, Doug, thank you very much. You have a good one. Yeah. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer. We'll be back talking with Jerry Samolsky from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center right after this.
Beta Seed is known for an all-star lineup of experts, breeders, technicians, and scientists around a single goal, your continued success. This is Rob Gerstenberger reminding you that Beta Seed works hard to understand your challenges, goals, and opportunities. We have varieties bred to maximize tonnage and sugar while also managing disease, all developed and refined in your local grower fields. We know that you manage a lot of variables, but your Beta Seed team remains focused on one, grower satisfaction. Let me know how we've done and how we can build the next generation of seed together.
Make sure your equipment is ready for storage with equipment inspections from your New Holland dealer. Bring in your machine for an equipment inspection and pay no interest and make no payments for at least 4 months on qualifying purchases of genuine New Holland parts and service. Plus, you'll save 10% off genuine New Holland corn and grain header parts with a combine header inspection. Visit your New Holland dealer, Ellen's Equipment in McBain, Ithaca, or Beale City to get these limited time deals.
Farm Service is being brought to you by Freeland Bean and Grain. Getting ready for the planting season next year? It's not too early. All you got to do is give certified crop advisor Vic Hupfer a call at Freeland Bean and Grain. He's got the answers to any questions you might have. Freeland Bean and Grain. Since 1983, where serving you is their business.
Hey, we said it earlier. We'll say it again. We have a very nice day in store for today, a little bit nicer day in store for tomorrow, and a downright beautiful day in store for Thursday. So let's find out what Jerry Samolsky from Bay Landscaping and Garden Center plans to do this week. Jerry, Got any big plans?
Well, I'm going to be teaching that pruning class on Thursday at Bay Landscaping. If interested, give us a call. We still have room. And so clearly it's time to do some pruning. I'm sitting right now looking at some trees, some shade trees that have lower branches that need to come up. If you're bumping your heads on them, those should be coming up. Perfect time to do it now. But, with the season the way it is, a lot of people, it's done, it's too late, I shouldn't. Boy, still, even now, fertilizing trees and shrubs is a perfect time. With the weather the way it is, the plants are going to take all that up. They're going to store it. And next spring, they're going to wake up and just pop. And it's a perfect time for that as well. Of course, the battle of leaves go on. Leaves are okay to have a few on the lawn. Leaves are okay to mow up. I just passed someone today. They had maybe 100 leaves around a tree, and boy, they were out there picking up every last one of them. They do good things when they're mulched up and put in the soil. So, we don't have to be so pristine and sanitary with our leaves.
And hey, with the wind that we're getting here, maybe your neighbor will appreciate all the mulched up leaves heading over their way.
Or, well, if you mulch them up, they don't come, but it's the neighbor that doesn't mulch them up and they blow to your yard. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Jerry, thank you very much. You have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Jerry Samolsky with Bay Landscaping and Garden Center. Time to head over to Rummel Insurance. That's where we find Craig Voorhees this morning. Craig, I have a confession. My first day on the job at WSGW, I locked my keys in my car. Thank goodness I had roadside service. Talk to us a little bit about that roadside service and how important it is.
Well, Jonathan, a good thing you had it that day, and I can certainly understand how that would happen. And even with all the technology today, you can still lock your keys in your car, and you want to have some type of road service coverage for your vehicles. All those vehicles going up to deer camp this weekend and these last few days. Hopefully, nobody had any major breakdowns or issues, but roadside service will cover some towing, lockout, if you run out of gas, those kind of things. The thing you want to check too, if you do have it, is to make sure you don't have it in more than one place. And by that, I mean, if you have it on your auto policy, sometimes a newer vehicle, when you buy or lease it, will have that type of service available for a couple of years. So there's no sense in having it in two different places. Prices on everything is going up. So you don't want to make sure you're not paying for it twice because you're only going to use it once when you need it.
Hey, that's some very good advice. Definitely a good opportunity to look through. Are there any other, just off the top of your head, we didn't plan to talk about this, are there any other things that maybe you're paying for twice that you want to take a look at?
That's a good question. I guess that's the only thing I can think of right away. If you have an older vehicle and you're still carrying full coverage on it, you might want to see what the savings would be if you eliminate the collision cost. It might be beneficial depending on the age of the vehicle and what it's worth. That's another potential savings if you want to investigate that.
Absolutely. Just some things to look through. Good advice. Thank you very much, Craig. We'll talk to you later.
All right, Jonathan. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. We'll be right back with more after these notes.
Before it's too late and white mold becomes a problem, you need to ask your seed dealer for Heads Up seed treatment. When raising soybeans in the Midwest, you know the risk of being caught unprepared. As heard on Ag PhD, there are several steps you can take prior to planting for a successful management plan against white mold. Compatible and cost-effective season-long protection starts now by asking your seed dealer to apply Heads Up to your bean seed order. For more information, visit headsupst.com.
If you ever wondered how the Farm Mall got its name, well, here's an abbreviated list of some of the jobs that the Case IH Farm Mall can do for you. Baling, feeding, loading, raking, fertilizing, chopping, seeding, clearing, irrigating, cultivating, hitching, digging, emergency towing, harrowing, hoisting, leading parades, excavating. You kind of get the idea. Case IH Farm Mall tractors range from 35 to 140 horsepower, and at Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, they know that getting the job done right starts with choosing the right farm mall. That's why they carry a wide range of Case IH Compact Farm All Series tractors, so you'll find the right fit for your operation. From the Value Pack Compact Farmall A Series to the Deluxe Compact Farmall C and C Series with cabs. So let's make it simple. This tractor does it all. So no matter what you're doing, Can-Do comes in red. Farmall. Learn more at caseih.com or Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, purchasing local soybeans, processing the local beans, and marketing local Exceller meal, which is a high bypass soybean meal for your dairy herd. They've been doing that since 1991. Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today.
Once again, Jonathan Dent here, filling in for Terry. Terry's on his way out to the National Association of Farm Broadcasters convention out in Kansas City. We look forward to hearing more about that in the coming days. But first, let's head over and see what's going on kind of out in our backyard. We're joined by Sean Coughlin from Baines Apple Valley. Sean, good morning.
Good morning and happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you as well.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard a lot about your kitchen there, the food that you make, and I understand you've had someone special making food over there for the last couple of weeks.
We have a young man named Dennis who is from the Ukraine, whose father is a chef, and he has given his son a lot of his talent. And so Dennis is working here for through December, through the end of our season. And Dennis has made us 2 different types of borscht, a Ukrainian potato salad, 3 different types of soups, the 2 borschts, and a Ukrainian soup, another Ukrainian soup that are, I'm sorry, I can't even remember the name of it. He's done so much for us, and he's so talented. And you know what? People are coming in just to meet him and to be able to taste his delicacies. So it's been a great addition to our staff.
Hey, I bet over the last couple of weeks when it's been chilly and rainy outside, that's been very welcome.
You know, 4 gluten-free soups on every day, and again, his are gluten-free as well. And yeah, it's been a great addition. And yeah, you're right. Soup is definitely this time of year. That's what you want to warm yourself up. So. Yeah, it's been great having Dennis aboard and being able to learn from him but he's going to be going back with his parents. He's here right now with a host family here in town, and we were lucky enough to be able to meet that host family and be able to accommodate giving him a part-time job.
That's fantastic. Hey, remind us of your hours in case anybody wants to come out and taste some of those soups.
Yeah, so today, Tuesday, is trivia day, so we'll be open till 9. The kitchen closes an hour before the store closes, so kitchen will close at 8. Tomorrow we're open till 7. Thursday, Friday, Saturday it's 9. Every day it's 9 until either 7 or 8. So 8 o'clock Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 10 till 6 on Sundays. And yeah, we look forward to anybody coming out and being able to taste what Dennis has put out there for us.
Fantastic, Sean. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you again.
Yeah. You got it. Thank you, sir.
All right. Sean Coughlin with Baines Apple Valley. We'll find out what's going on in the New York markets after this.
This year, Dairyland Seed is introducing our best corn of all time. Again. That sound you just heard? That's the sound of a full lineup of top-performing hybrids bringing the yield like never before. It's the sound of even stronger traits bred specifically to boost corn bushels per acre in your soil. And it's the sound of workhorse corn seed proven to outperform yet again in independent head-to-head trials. See the latest corn performance data at showmethecornyield.com. That's showmethecornyield.com.
Time to head over to Baird & Company. That's where we find Steve Anderson this morning. Steve, how are we doing?
We are just ducky.
Just ducky?
Right. Ducky, yeah. A lot of green on the screen. I didn't realize I was that much of a poet. Right now, we've got the Dow Jones Industrial Average ahead by 537 points, putting it at 34,874. Volume, 390 million shares. The NASDAQ is ahead by 297. At 14,064, volume is 453 million shares locally. Caterpillar 249.27, up 755. Deere 376.55, up 679. CMS 56.89, up 158. Dow 51.31, up 207. DuPont 70.41, up 188. Corteva 46.81. up 152. GM 2825 up 135. Trinzio 657 up 75. Walmart 168.18 up 50. Huntington Bank 1087 up 64. Independent Bank 2217, that's up 128, and AT&T is up 9 little pennies at 1568. So I got to say up all the time.
Lots of up there. Good to hear. Thank you, Steve. We'll talk to you again later.
Sounds good, Jonathan. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Steve Anderson with Baird & Company. We'll be right back.
Billed as a revolution in Cercospora management, the CR Plus trait from KWS has really proven itself in fields this year. What began as a promising innovation has become an invaluable tool, delivering green fields for growers who report less sprayer passes and protection through harvest. Maybe it's time to put the power of Plus to work in your fields. The KWS CR Plus trait is licensed to Beta Seed and Crystal Brand Seed and available in select varieties.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Steiner Tractor Parts. New parts for old tractors made easy. So simple. All you have to do is call 800-234-3280 or go to steinertractor.com. Remember, they share your enthusiasm for your antique machine, and they know that you want to keep it running. That's why they take their job personally at Steiner Tractor Parts, because they understand your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. Want to make that unit look really sharp this coming summer? Show it off a little bit at the shows? You can do that. Steiner Tractor. For more information, go to steinertractor.com.
Once again, we've got some nice days in store here. 54 for a high today, then up to 60 tomorrow, 62 on Thursday, if a little bit windy. So whatever you're doing, whether you're out in the field, going up to deer camp, make sure you stay safe. It'll be a nice couple of days for some outdoor activity here. We'll be back at 12:30 with an update, but for now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios